Good morning, Bill. Billy Bill. Derek Anderson and Bill. 90% of the time, you two are the top two. 95% of the time, top two. Good morning, Trent and HB. Good morning. And it's a beautiful one, I must admit. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Laura. Laura, your package went out yesterday evening. Excuse me. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Sue and Derek and Mark. Take a few minutes and say hello to everybody here. Glassett, there's that girl. Paigey, Herbs, and Jesse James. I like it when I see Jesse here because it means the trains are safe. It means you won't be holding up a train. Wazzy, if you guys have seen any of the pictures of the project Wazzy's working on, they're out there framing a house. It's looking great. Jesse, you retired from that business. That was a smart move. That was a smart move. Get out of that business. Good morning. Wazzy, I remember back in the day when I was doing framing and layout and running rafters and roof sheeting and all of that business. And boy, you were tired at the end of the day, but you sure felt like you did something. Just gave you a real sense of, construction gives you a real sense of satisfaction. And for the rest of your life, you can drive by that building and say, I helped build that. Some of my sweat, and I think even a little bit of my blood might be right over there. Very satisfying. Good morning, Mr. Phillips. See what I'm saying, Waz? See what I'm saying? Especially because you felt sorry for some of those people you were taking the money because, you know, you're helping them with an addiction. Who knows what bills they're not paying. I remember I worked at a casino for 2 years. And that's cool, HB. And look at it, you can remember that forever. Be proud of it. But you're not supposed to be proud of anything. Good morning, Cleanie. I'm gonna rat Cleanie out this morning, just so you guys know. Cleanie's getting ready for a rat out. Good morning. There's 100 people here. I mean 26. 33, 16 likes. I wonder what we could do about the like action. Think we could crank up the like action? Good morning, Deborah. 100 people I don't know that I did, no. I don't remember getting the book. Write to me and tell me what I'm missing. send me an email. I don't remember getting a book. If I did, I usually try to shout it out here. Yeah, 100 people, you only counted as one. That's okay. At least you hit it once. Good morning, Deborah and Pidgey Page. Taco. Love me some tacos. Detroit just doesn't have them. Oh, okay, well, if I don't want to share the book, do you really want to share it? Good morning. Oreo. I have to start this morning out with a story. I'm going to start it out with a story. You ready? Good morning, Jesus. Bless you, my son. Derek Anderson will remember this. So will the Waz. Waz is busy moving his truck, so you might not be able to comment. But Derek Anderson will remember this. The Waz will remember this. If you're over, let me say, over 50 years old, you might be able to relate to this. Did you ever... Guilty, by the way, before I say it. Did you ever, I'm thinking specifically high school ages, when you're basically in high schoolish ages, but you're over 50 now. Did you ever, and I'm more or less speaking to the guys right now too, but did you ever, chase a fox in high school? Did you ever chase a fox? I chased a couple of them. Okay. Clearly, you be quiet. I'm telling a story. Did you ever chase a fox? Okay, Freddie, that's creepy. Okay. Unless it was like way later. Okay, Derek, I knew Derek would get, Derek could relate. Derek and I chased foxes. Okay? Captain Furious, you were running from wolves. You were a fox and you were running from wolves. Okay? Do you remember back in the day we were allowed to call a girl a fox? Like, oh, she's foxy. Are you allowed to do that now? Good morning, Vishwa. Are you allowed to call a girl? Is it socially in the Me Too era or whatever? Are you allowed to still call a girl a fox? Okay? That was a great movie, Herbie. Are you allowed to call a girl a fox, Kim? Okay? Oh yeah, foxy was a big term back then. We were chasing foxes left and right. Okay? Oh, Cleanie, that's pretty cute. Are we? Holly says yes, you can call me a fox. Julia says don't you dare, you're gonna catch a lawsuit. I feel that way too, Julius. I'm a little worried that I stretch it when I call him a doll. But it's hard to call a girl a fox. I agree with you, Holly, why not? Except for lawsuit not. Okay? So let me tell a story. Okay? Julie's gonna call me a dog. Alright? Okay, here we go. Listen to this. Last week, if you remember, Cleanie won a prize from the show, which was great. So we sent Cleanie his box. boom, off it goes. So, I just want you guys to be thinking in terms of foxes. Thanks, Pops. I received the Enigma. I can't wait to try it out. I may be on the disability roster this weekend anyways. I was chasing a fox this morning. Niffy, are you okay? Niffy, are you alright? If you guys ever met Niffy, I think he's talking about his wife. I was chasing a fox this morning and I took a spill. Okay? The fox was running around the yard after my chickens, so I just took off after it. I forgot about an open trench that was covered by weeds, and I tripped on a rock in front of it. I landed on my knees on the rock at the edge of the trench. And when I tried to put out my hands only to catch myself, there was only the trench. I fell into the trench head first and kind of slid down the side of the trench on my chest. No shirt on, of course. Then I did an end-over landing on my back on the bottom of the trench, about 4 feet down. I'd give $5 right now for the video, okay? I want the video. I jumped out of the trench, and I saw the fox had one of the hens in its mouth, running into the woods. I ran after him for about 200 yards, gaining steadily as it was raining, and he apparently didn't hear me. I got within about 25 feet of him, and he realized that I was there, and he turned around and he saw me, and he let the hen go so he could get away. Without the hen, I had no chance of running him down, so I stopped, and I limped back to the house. The hen was actually fine, but traumatized, and she ran back home. So now, I suspect my knee is going to keep me down for a minute. It's pretty swollen and sore now. I guess I will have to have some recovery sessions this weekend. I will get you a lab rat report as soon as I have one. Love you, Pops. I'm cracking up. Cleaning, that's not what we mean by chasing foxes. Okay? That is a completely different chase a fox experience than Derek Anderson and I had. Okay? We chased a different kind of fox, bro. Just so you know. Cleaning's okay, Niffy. At first, when he said he was chasing a fox, I thought he was talking about you. But then when I heard that there was a hen in your mouth, I was like, wait a minute. He's not talking about Niffy. Okay? What a cute story. You're a crazy kid. What kind of setup must they have? 20 chickens, trenches, foxes running into the woods. Okay? They got a whole setup over there. Kind of cool. I know, Captain, it does. It sounds like heaven. A little bit of a runny nose yesterday and today. I apologize to you guys. HP, I'm not chasing foxes. I'm almost like, that's just one chicken down. But no, I would have chased it too. Good job getting it back. And I bet you that fox is like, I really don't want to, I'm not going back there today or tomorrow. Okay? Yesterday, I mentioned that the current administration is easily the most pro-psychedelic administration in our history, in American history. And that I had an article that I could find and read it to you. you about. By the way, I posted yesterday on my IG page the link, a little bit of information in the link about the course that Ohio State University is offering. I reached out to that. It was actually an email, and you send an email to somebody. I'm not sure who gets it at their end, with a message expressing my interest in the course. So I'll keep you guys up to date as to what happens, see if they accept me in this course. I'm trying to get in myself. And we'll tell you what that course looks like if we're able to get in. Okay? We want to practice what we preach and put our money where our mouth is. That's very nice of you, Herbie. What Herbie just wrote. Yeah, it should be fascinating. I hope I get in too. Let's read this article. It's very fine print, so I'm going to have to... Thank you, Niffy. Crime they don't for everybody. I hate to tell you. Psilocybin, the way it synthesizes in our body and turns into psilocin, and then the psilocin goes up to our brain. In some, I'm not going to say rare, I think there's a percentage out there, 3 to 5% of people that really don't feel the impact. It's impacting you, but you don't feel it. So, and it is a complicated question, as Herbie says, because I don't know what kind of dose you're talking about, what your settings are, if you've got a guide or if you don't have a guide, different things. Whoa, Jesse, well, you have a whole farm going on there. 70 chickens, 3 turkeys, 10 geese, and 3 goats. That's phenomenal. Karen, if you want to write to me at my email address and tell me what your current protocol has been, how you've been using it, and we'll discuss the non-efficaciousness of it. So you can write to me on that if you choose to. Jesse's not a bot. Jesse owns a whole farm. For San Francisco residents who watched psychedelic research emerge from the underground over the past 2 decades, here's a development that might make you take a double take. The Trump administration is becoming the most pro-psychedelic presidency in American history. I am not talking politics. I'm not pro-Trump. I'm not anti-Trump. I'm not MAGA. I'm not anti-MAGA. I'm not blue. I'm not red. Why I care about this, why I'm reading this, isn't because of politics, but because my politics are mushrooms and psychedelic assisted therapies. That's what this is going to be. That's what this regards. That isn't a typo. The same Republican Party that once championed Richard Nixon's war on drugs, which classified LSD and psilocybin alongside heroin as Schedule I substances that offered no medical value, this administration is now actively promoting psychedelic medicine. And advocates who have long pushed for these therapies through organizations like the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies are finding unlikely allies in Trump's inner circle. The clearest signal, this is just such good news for me. It's just amazingly good news. The clearest signal of this shift is Matt Zorn's appointment as Deputy General Counsel at the Department of Health and Human Services, with a portfolio focused on psychedelic policy. Zorn, who was once known for having sued federal agencies over drug policies, is now referred to as the administration's psychedelics czar, according to sources familiar with his role. We have a psychedelics czar. This is the same attorney who successfully forced Health and Human Services to release its marijuana rescheduling recommendation and has fought for terminal patients' access to psilocybin therapy. His transition from government adversary to an insider represents a remarkable about-face in federal drug policy. Leading this charge is Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who has publicly stated he would legalize psychedelic drugs in regulated therapeutic settings, saying in a House hearing, quote, "The line of therapeutics has tremendous advantage, and we are working very hard to make sure that happens within 12 months. During his presidential campaign, Kennedy went further, proposing to tax psychedelics and use the revenue to fund healing centers where people could recover from addiction while learning organic farming. That would be fantastic. Trump's pick for Surgeon General, Dr. Casey Means, has been equally vocal. In her 2024 book, Good Energy, she wrote that psilocybin therapy was one of the most meaningful experiences of life and encouraged readers to explore intentional guided psilocybin therapy. Her brother, Callie, now a Trump health advisor, has invested heavily in psychedelic companies after what he called a life-changing psilocybin experience. Even Food and Drug Administration Commissioner Marty McCary has called exploring the therapeutic potential for psychedelics a, quote, top priority, especially for treating veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder. Give me 5, I'm not done, I'm going to finish this article. Give me 5 people that are hearing good news here. Give me 5 people that are hearing good news. And the whole top level of people involved in this are like all pro psychedelic therapy. It's pretty phenomenal. Good morning, angels. 3 key factors help explain this unlikely Republican reversal on psychedelics. First is the rise of libertarian influence within the party. The MAGA movement's tech industry backers, including reported psychedelic user Elon Musk, champion personal freedom. That includes, in some cases, the freedom for consenting adults to decide what they put in their bodies. Secondly, the GOP's long-standing anti-regulatory bias has extended to drug policy. Psychedelics are being reframed from being dangerous drugs to being over-regulated medicines that need faster FDA approval. Just amazing. Third, evidence shows that psychedelics have been successful in treating people. We do a big duh right here, including military veterans suffering from PTSD. The Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies Phase 3 therapy trials for MDMA showed that 86.5% of patients receiving it achieved clinically meaningful symptom reductions, and 71.2% no longer suffered from PTSD. Read the facts, people. In August 2024, the FDA rejected an MDMA new drug application from Lykos Therapy, citing trial gaps, functional unblinding, missing adverse event data, and safety concerns. Lykos tried slipping by some bogus data on them. Lykos Therapeutics, when they were trying to get their MDMA approval through the FDA, they were shifty as shifty could be, and they got caught. Set everything backwards for a minute. No clinical trials are perfect, and we believe that the FDA erred. It should have approved the initial application, but with strict guardrails, ensuring close monitoring and reporting during the initial year of use. Lykos has since met with the FDA and is working to address these issues in a new trial. The political winds are shifting, with Zorn helping to steer policy and vocal support from Kennedy and his allies. There's real momentum. Almost done. While President Joe Biden administration offered tepid support for psychedelic research, Trump's team is openly embracing it. For San Francisco, birthplace of the 1960s psychedelic movement and home to cutting-edge neuroscience research, this federal shift could accelerate local efforts. California researchers have long led the way on psychedelic studies, and the Bay Area venture capitalists have invested millions to develop psychedelic medicine. But the enthusiasm must be tempered with caution. We believe that psychedelics hold tremendous potential for treating depression, PTSD, addiction, anxiety, and other stubborn and prevalent mental health problems. The science is compelling. Yet rushing to market without proper safeguards could endanger patients and the field's overall credibility. We've seen premature enthusiasm for psychedelics get shut down before. Lykos, once is enough. The Trump administration's embrace of psychedelics present an opportunity and a risk. Federal support could finally bring relief to millions suffering from treatment-resistant mental health conditions. Hasty deregulation without adequate oversight could lead to harm and a new backlash. I hate to hear that, but there's some truth in it. What's needed is a balanced approach, expedited with rigorous research, careful patient screening, trained therapists, and transparency about benefits and risks. We do that here. We talk about both. The Bay Area's research institutions and biotech companies are well positioned to play leading roles if federal policy creates the right framework. Investing federal resources helps to ensure thorough, transparent research and safeguards public health interests rather than commercial ones alone. Ding. Federal funding for institutions like the NIH should be strategically directed to finance definitive clinical trials. While the political alignment offers a chance for bipartisan cooperation, the commitment to robust federal support may test this apparent harmony, highlighting critical policy divergences between progressive advocates and those that are not so progressive. We're on our way, people. Just keep doing our part. Do it with honesty and ethics, and from a spirit of kindness and generosity. It's hard to question that. It's hard to question if they're looking at a group going, that group's not looking to profit. They're looking to perform. They're looking to provide. We want to be one of those groups when they look around and we're not the shady McShadertons. We're not mislabeling. And we're telling the truth. And we're going to tell you both sides, and we're going to be balanced. And then we're going to continue our education. Don't stop learning. That's why I want to get in this course. There's going to be new information in there for me. I need to know more. The more I know, I don't keep it as selfish facts, I promise you. I give it away as generous knowledge. But we're the leading edge. We're the pioneers. We're the pioneers. What kind of landscape do you want? It's us that builds it. People like us. And it starts at our level. Somebody, I forget who it was, it might have been Sanum, I forget who it was, on my IG page yesterday, when I posted that thing about the course, they wrote, you know what we should do is we should find that government article, which I just read to you, and wouldn't it be a great idea if we wrote a couple of those guys letters, thanking them for what they're doing, and urging them to continue to do what they're doing. And I thought to myself, you know, that's a phenomenally good idea. So I started actually last night scratching out a letter. I'm going to be sending a letter to these guys, different letter to different guys, just thanking them. And one little letter, you think it doesn't matter, but you don't know. And if I sent one and you sent one and somebody else sent one, and they're all of a sudden, and we're not prompting them to do anything. We're not saying, do this, do that, complain. We're just thanking them. And that's really what I am doing it. So by the end of this week, the Zorns and the Casey and even Kennedy, I'm going to be sending him a letter. I'm not talking about his vaccination stands or nothing political. Just thank them. Give me 5 people that makes sense to. Keeping the politics out of it, but inserting gratitude into it. Give me 5 people that makes sense to. It makes sense. We have, So we, takes a few minutes to write a letter, big deal. It's good for us. It's good for our soul. It's good for us to express our gratitude and ask them to continue on in that vein. And I can tell you right now, there aren't that many people that are writing them letters. But instead, we sit around and judge and criticize and poke. And what they do is not enough and good enough and fast enough. But just thank you. By the way, that wasn't my idea, but it's a phenomenal one, and I immediately started acting on it. Do you want to be a mental health provider? Do you want to be a mental health provider? I do. I have become one. I'm becoming. I am one. Remember we talked about pride this week? That makes me proud. That makes me proud. Jeremy wants to be a patient. You're a patient just by being here, Jeremy. Jeremy, are you in the United States and over 18? Jeremy, are you in the United States and over 18? Thank you, Derek. I agree with that too. I try on that front. I'm waiting for Jeremy to tell us if he's in the United States, in Mooney Springs, Idaho. Okay. Okay, Jeremy, send me your address. Send me your address and I will send you a pack of supplemental supplements that, if taken responsibly, don't take more than a gram at a time at first. Be in a calm, cool place. Have your head together. Be ready to spend 2 or 3 hours on a journey. I'll send you a package. So send me your address. It's all one word, the Detroit Mush Lab at gmail.com. And then we'll get that off to you. Herbie's actually loading the box up for you right now. He's also adding some microdose capsules to it. I love how you do that for me, Herbie. Time will tell. Nearly every practitioner stressed that the decision to step into medicine work shouldn't be hastily or urgently decided. Angela Balboa says, "Good morning, Mom. When we have a huge shift or healing with medicines, it's the natural instinct for many to want to share with others that are suffering. But as with any major changes, allow for some time to pass." Louis Bellow offers his perspective. In general, the more excited and newer you are to psychedelics, wait for this. In general, the more excited and new you are to psychedelics, the less you should be guiding others. I say that with love. A self-described reluctant guide, he notes that a true calling often begins not with excitement, but in calmness and groundedness. Or when you realize you really don't want a guide, but the work keeps calling you anyways. Mary Decker reinforces this theme. See, what happens is we get new, we get excited. I did it when I, back in the day, I got out of rehab. I'm in a 12-step program, and I was on fire for 12-step program. Had to run around and tell everybody about 12-step, 12 this, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. I'm not saying that's bad, but I wasn't ready to sponsor someone. I was still a baby. When I became ready to sponsor someone was when I put some time under my belt. When I had some sobriety and some practice. When I had reflection, when I could look back at my actions and reweigh them with a new perspective. I wasn't ready. Thank you, Captain. I did the same thing with Christianity. Jumped into a fundamental Christian church. This is a guy that hadn't even read the Bible yet. And I'm on a soapbox in Venice Beach. Preaching. Telling people they're going to go to hell if they don't believe what I believe. Way early in the game, Pops. You weren't ready. Bless you for your passion. Don't be ashamed of your passion. But you're not ready. The same thing's happening in our psychedelic fields. Somebody has a good journey, next thing you know, they know it all. They're bro-sciencing up a show. Telling stuff that, oh, do it this way, do it. I was like, bro, you've grown 3 tubs. Give it some time. Get really good at it. Teach from your experience, not from your passion. But teach passionately. Mary Decker reinforces the theme. The distinction often becomes clearer with time, integration, and support. Let your purpose unfold through clarity, not urgency. If you let it, time will act as a filter that separates fleeting enthusiasm from something real that lasts. 5 years. We are past the fleeting enthusiasm stage here. From service. Many of our guides pointed out that a genuine calling is based on service to others as opposed to personal validation. Service over ego. Some of us want to be involved because of our ego, not because we truly have a heart of service and servanthood. If one is truly called to do this work, it is never in service to ego, but always in service to others. It's not a kind of spiritual acquisitiveness, a hoarding of experiences like ego death or mystical union. That is what it is not. What it is a window of service to others, and probably the most helpful service you'll ever perform. Healing mental health issues. This isn't like you healed a broken arm. Everyone can see the broken arm and you know when it's healed. Just take the cast off. Mental health is deeper, much, much more complex. Ben Askins offers a provocative test. A genuine calling doesn't inflate you. It empties you. Boom. A genuine calling isn't you get to brag about being a provider. It empties you. You pour it in and let it out. Hours at the grow house. Hour after hour after hour, 7 days a week. You don't get time off from fungi if it's farming. You're on a rotation growing basis. You always have work. Then you have your show. Then you have your other jobs. Then you got to get back to the grow house. Then you got to get over to the shipping. Then you got to do the packaging. Then you got to do the mailing. Then you got to be on the emails. Then you got to be, and when I say got to be, it's you have to be. It's inside you. You can't help it. Sandham, that's a good one. It's not like owning a restaurant. If you're doing it for ego, it's not going to last. Another place it does never last. I've been doing it 5 years now. And I've seen a few come, and I've seen a lot go. 9 out of 10 times that I see somebody disappear off the micro landscape, they were somebody that was in it for profit. What you find out is you really don't make very much money, even if you're gouging people. It's not a place at this level, at our level, that you make money. It's like one of those hobbies that you actually spend money, but because you have this hobby, you're gaining mental wellness. Every time I've seen somebody make it about the money, they've disappeared off the landscape within less than 2 years. I'm not making this up. It's just, unless somebody can point a different person out to me. If they're profit-centered, that's their motivation. I haven't seen anybody last in the micro community more than 2 years. Just chasing the buck. The buck's not here yet to chase. And you get real big and really chasing a buck, now you're in the middle of Felonyville. You gotta be so balanced. Are you chasing the buck, you're gonna burn. Same thing with if you're chasing it for ego, so everybody can think you're the big shot. So you can be Mr. Shroom. If that's the reason you're doing it, you're gonna crash and burn too. Because fungi do the exact opposite. They destroy your ego. They take your ego away and they replace it with kindness. They replace it with patience. They replace it with generosity. It's just what they do. They did it to me. I've seen them do it to other people. That's the medicine. Genuine calling doesn't inflate you, it empties you. It doesn't say, look what I can do. It whispers, now that you've died, will you still serve? Now that you've died to yourself, will you still serve? One path wants to keep feeling good. The other asks if you're ready to stop being the main character. You're a servant. You're not the main character. Your bank account's not the main reason. Jody Nudelman warns about problematic motivations. If we're primarily excited about healing others because it validates or it replicates our journey, it feels good, or we habitually over-accommodate, both of those are red flags. She asks would-be facilitators to explore whether they can hold space without needing to be needed. Hold space. Continue to serve without needing to be needed. That's beautiful. All of these things make me always question myself. I always want to stay questioning myself. Are my motivations pure? Where do they come from? What am I doing and why? Excited does not equal qualified. The practitioners all agreed that professional psychedelic work demands extensive preparation above and beyond personal experience. John Moose makes the case for structure. Professionals work from a framework with language and a set of principles or practices. These can help guide the experience. Enthusiasm and emotional affinity are not enough when you're holding people in their most vulnerable states. Wallace Murray adds a cultural perspective. Healing and vocation are often intertwined, but they are not the same. Western psychological frameworks might encourage self-reflection, supervision, and clarity around transference, while indigenous-informed ways remind us that a calling is not self-proclaimed. It is witnessed, tested, and confirmed in community. Just because you want to start a podcast, a stream, which is what we did almost 4.5 years ago. What will prove the validity of said stream is its longevity. Does it last? Has it lasted? Has it grown? That will prove the validity of the motivation of the genesis. It's the same with any grouping, set of groups. If you're in it for the right reason, if you birth it for the right reason, and you practice the right things, your group's going to grow. If you see a group that something happened and it's withering on the vine, one of two things have happened, I can tell you right now. Either the intention at the beginning wasn't as pure as we thought it could have been, or gossip has destroyed the group. Gossip. Division. They've allowed something in that's causing division. Politics, religion, pointing fingers, blaming, somebody stealing from another person. You want to be in a situation like we have here, and it's no one person. It's not me. I'm just one of this community that I'm lucky enough to have a camera in front of me. And it causes me to need to study, to be approved, be a workman, so I can rightly divide the truth to people. But you've seen them. You guys have seen them come and you've seen them go. And if there's truth and there's love and there's service, you'll see people grow. Claire McKinley implies that this preparation is ongoing. A true calling comes from a desire to learn from experiences beyond your own and to become deeply trauma-informed. Oksana Kirisanova agrees that one of the most important signals is a willingness to study, to learn, and to become properly equipped for this demanding and sacred work. Be willing to study. Be willing to learn. Yesterday we talked about humility. Be willing to be wrong. Be willing to be open to new ideas. Once we close our mind and we say, no, we've got all the answers, stuff starts getting past us. Valuable, important stuff that we don't reach out to because we think we've got it already. I'll never have it already. But I'll have what I have today. And I'll have more tomorrow if I practice today. Is this good stuff? Give me 5 people that think this is good stuff. We're a community. We need to hold ourselves accountable and be good examples. Thank you for all of the fingers up, thumbs up. We're out on the cutting edge. We're the pioneers. We want to do it right. Show people how it can be done right. Model after us. We're proud. Model after us. Don't do it for money. And don't do it for ego. Do it because you can't help it. Right, Lynette? Do it because you can't not. Especially if you've got a heart of a healer's heart, and you see and you hear the testimonies. I got one 2 days ago. It was our friend here, Carnivorous. Let me see if I can find it. One second. So tell me this stuff isn't working. Okay? Our friend Carnivorous from here. He wrote a message in our group chat that gave me goosebumps. It is not because any praise was pointed towards me. It was because of the willingness of these people to take the medicine and use it in an appropriate manner. And then have the kindness to voice their appreciation. Lucy and I have never met. It's on my bucket list. You guys were talking about LSD at the time. I can mark off trying fruit thanks to Pops. I finally got my wife to take a supplement. She struggles with cluster and ice pick headaches. Hoping that the chiropractor could relieve some pain, I had asked her to ask him what he thought about microdosing. And he was all for it. There's an informed chiropractor. You know how easy it would have been for that chiropractor to say, oh, that's a bunch of BS. Just come back in here for another appointment and I'm going to charge you for it. This chiropractor gets a lot of credit. Open mind. Humble. There's other medicines out there besides me. That's a health provider. That's an appropriate way. Good for them to have a chiropractor like that. Give me 5 people that like that chiropractor. He was all for it. He said he has a lot of patients who dose. After hearing that from him, she was all in. Chiropractor said so. My husband's been telling me for months, but the chiropractor said so. Bless you, chiropractor, and I mean that sincerely. After hearing that from him, she was all in. And she found it to help. As soon as she would feel one coming on, she dosed and was amazed at how soon the pain was gone. I've learned a lot from you all. You all. Thanks again to Pop for his kindness and generosity. You all have changed my life for the better. And now my wife's as well. We get these daily. We've been around it long enough now that we're getting them, they're pouring. How could I not go to work today? How could I not be all in? There's another husband and wife out there that are going to have the same experience very soon. I don't know who, I don't know where, I don't know what it's going to ripple. And that's why we do it. That's why we do it. Unless I agree with you. I'm done for the week. I've had a great week. We've had some amazing conversations, some great topics, beautiful comments coming in. I'm done for the week. I gotta go to work now. Oh, this is the best life. It really, really is. As long as I'm practicing, this is the best life. Be giving. Practice kindness. Grow. Much love to you, moms. I love every one of you so much, and these aren't trite words. They're like, it's an overflowing of my spirit that I can't wait to see you in the morning. And I thank you for giving me the motivation to study, to learn, to grow, to be open, to tell truths, good and bad. Have a wonderful weekend, all of you. Cleanie, I hope your knee feels okay. I can't HB, I'm the same. It's just, I want to bathe everybody in love for the next 5 minutes. 4 things are helping grow us if we practice. It's changed my life. Be impeccable. Let only good and kind things come out of my mouth. Practice that. 10-second rule. Right before I say it, I'm going to say it in my head, see what it sounds like before it actually comes out. Don't take things personal. Just about the time you think it's about you, you're going to find out it has nothing to do with you. Everybody has a right to live the life that they're living the way they want to live it. And it really isn't you. Don't take that on. Just keep doing what you do. I have that situation going on with Brock right now. I gotta let him just do what he does. And not take it personal. And not have expectations. I gotta practice those too. Every day, just thinking, I wonder how he is. So we all have challenges. So how do we handle them? And don't gossip. Don't tell stories to make yourself look bigger and better. That's not impeccable. And do your best. Always, always do your best. Pop's peace. Derek Anderson, Jesus Christ, and Billy D and Aaron, blessings. Laura Divine, we are lucky. Mike Barabal, and that sounds so beautiful coming from someone who's having medical challenges to still have that attitude. I love you, Laura. Mike Barabal and Angels Don't Fall. Sue Littlemeyer and Billy D. Mike Barabal and Pidgey Page. And Jesse. Jesse's not a bot. He's a farmer. She's a farmer. Herbie and HB. And Aaron and Marky Z and HP. Susu, Billy D, And Jesse, Jesus Christ, and Nippy. Don Fike, Red Boy, good morning. Mike Barabal, Jolie, Brian C, Mark Z and Oreo, Vegas, Mush Hunter, Kimberly the Golden Bolden. She's looking fleeky. Cleany and Nippy, take care of your man. Aaron and Deborah, Deborah is a pearl. Angels don't fall. Freddie the Hinky Hinkleston. Paige and Sanum and Sammy P and Herbie and Marky Z. Thank you for the order. Selflessness from Jesse. Vegas, Melissa G. Good morning, Melissa. Lynette, take care of yourself. Michael, Sean T. Patterson, Trenty the Trenty Trenterson, Nippy, Red Boy, and Jesus Christ in Australia. Have a wonderful weekend. Be of service and study and learn. Pops out.